Hey everybody, real quick. A study was put out by the magazine Nature last Wednesday that by 2050, a number of major cities in the West Coast, including Oakland, will be the victim of sea level rise. Now, what is that? Well, it's what you get when you have North Pole icebergs and ice caps melting at incredible rates due to the heating of the atmosphere after years upon years upon years of, well, overpopulation. Now, a number of people would say it's just fossil fuels and emissions, but the dirty little secret, in particular, known by those who pay attention to population growth, is that we are overpopulation. And what happens when you put too many people in a room? The room gets hot. Well, naturally, if you have too many people in the atmosphere in your planet, on the planet, it gets warm, and that causes global warming as much as anything else. The trouble is, we haven't addressed overcrowding. We haven't said to those countries that are having too many babies, can you maybe just stop doing it for a month? Something like that, right? We don't do that. We need to, though. All of this impacts Oakland. We've known this in small numbers as far back as 2015. This is 2024. Over the 9 years, we have done absolutely nothing about it. And now we have the study from Nature, in addition to a growing number of reports about this problem because of the flooding that has occurred in cities like San Diego, because of the water that has built up by torrential rains in Oakland, East Oakland itself, matching the forecasts that if we don't take care of this, East Oakland itself will be underwater to the tune of 72 inches. There is a way to mitigate it. We can do it. But if we don't, we won't be able to have sports teams. Oakland County Coliseum Joint Powers Authority Chair Rebecca Kaplan says, hey, we can build a baseball stadium very quickly compared to what the A's are trying to do. We can do it either at Howard Terminal or the Coliseum. Well, guess what? Both of those areas are within the sea level rise zone. How about that? That means that 2050 is when the sphere of influence, such that if you build something, you say, I have a 30-year lease and a 45-year bond period. Guess what? That takes you beyond 2050. So you're saying that that building is going to last that long and be usable. And yet you're not going to deal with a sea level rise problem. Interesting. That's the statement the city is essentially making by not having a plan it intends to implement that has a cha-ching cost behind it, that has a suggested funding mechanism attached to it. We have nothing. Absolutely nothing, folks. So right now, anybody who tells you that they have a plan to build a new stadium in Oakland should be laughed at. Why? Because we don't have a sea level rise plan to mitigate that problem. You can't do sea level rise and then say, hey, we're going to have new stadiums built. We have to stop living in la la land, this political la la land created by an over politicized city. We have to get back to the professional. We have to plan and we have to implement. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube. We'll see you.